Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. Brazos County Commissioners Court will meet in regular session on June 22nd, 2021 at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners Courtroom of the County Administration Building, 200 South Texas Avenue. Our first order of business, invocation and pledge of allegiance to the U.S. and Texas flags, and Commissioner Ford will lead us.
Pray with me, please. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to live in Brazos County. We appreciate the rain so much, Lord. I also would like to thank you for looking over the judge's family. Ask that you watch over our first responders, our military, and our educators. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, Commissioner. Our second order of business is to call for citizens' input or concerns. Is there anyone who wishes to address the court? Seeing none, we'll go on to item number 3, which is a presentation or discussion for the 87th legislative session by Kim Roach. Bless you.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Thank you for having me here today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kimberly Roach. I work in the County Judge's Office, and I work on behalf of the Judge and the Commissioners in tracking legislation during Texas's legislative sessions and probably special sessions that we're going to see coming down the line. So let me grab my notes and we will go ahead and get started. So the goal of this is just to provide a quick overview of what this session looked like for the state and how that's going to impact county government. Commissioners, Judge, I sent you more of a master list yesterday. You've all seen that. But the goal of this presentation will be a little bit more concise and just to hit on, kind of get a range of the bills that have been passed this year. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, let's do a quick overview of Texas's 87th legislative session. You all know that every 2 years in odd-numbered years, the Texas legislature meets for legislative session in Austin. The maximum duration of a regular session is 140 days, and session will run from the second Tuesday of January through the end of May in odd-numbered years. Special sessions, let's talk about that. Special sessions can last, there's no minimum number of days for a special session. There's no maximum number that can be called, but they do last a maximum of 30 days, and the governor can call those at his will. This session, just shy of 10,000 bills were introduced, with 6,927 of those being House and Senate bills. And you may be asking, well, I thought there's only the House and Senate. Yes, that's true. However, we have a lot of committee resolutions, House resolutions, joint resolutions, and a lot of these things are pretty much formalities recognizing different people and organizations across the state. Many of the bills filed this session focused on emergency management, broadband expansion, local government authority, or the lack thereof, and voter integrity. And we'll see that reflected a little bit more when we discuss the governor's priorities for this session. So, legislative timeline. November 9th of 2020, bill pre-filing began. January the 12th, the 87th legislature convened at noon. March 12th was our 60-day bill filing deadline. May 31st was adjournment. Post-session 20-day deadline for the governor to sign or veto was 2 days ago on June the 20th. So at this point, the governor either has to sign the bill, he has to veto it, or if he leaves it on his desk, it becomes law without his signature, essentially. And August 30th is the effective date unless otherwise stipulated. A lot of the bills this session will be in effect on September the 1st of 21. So what are the governor's emergency items? So emergency items, for those of you who don't know, those are items that the legislature can vote on within the first 60 days of session, so they don't have to wait for that bill filing deadline. So his emergency items are expansion of broadband internet access, restriction of local government efforts to divert or cut funding from law enforcement, bail reform, election integrity, civil liability protections for individuals, businesses, and healthcare providers that operated safely during the pandemic, and after what we now affectionately refer to as Wintergeddon, he added power system winterization to his list of emergency items. So really quickly, let's just hit on a few bills of interest. Again, we're going to keep this pretty concise. So HB 5. The goal of this legislation is to extend broadband coverage to parts of the state that are lacking coverage. The governor did sign this bill. It was one of his emergency items, and it's effective immediately. HB 5 essentially requires a committee, a new committee that's appointed by the governor, to go in and maintain maps of Texas where broadband coverage is or is not available. And what this does, I believe Texas is only one of 6 states, so we're one of just a handful of states who have not had these broadband map requirements in place on a state level. So this makes the mapping a requirement in the state, and what this does is this allows Texas to go after federal funding in the form of grants and opens us up to more targeted money coming down from the federal government. HB 525, this defines a religious organization as an essential business at all times, including during a state of declared disaster. And the organization's religious and other related activities are essential activities even if they are not listed as essential in an order issued during the disaster. And this actually waives sovereign immunity. I'm sure you all remember there have been a ton of lawsuits in the last year and a half since the beginning of the pandemic where religious organizations were shut down. And what this bill says is these religious organizations are essential businesses. SB 186 relates to the authority of a county to issue bonds to restore or maintain a county courthouse. This amends the current law relating to the authority of a county to issue bonds to restore or maintain a county courthouse. So this must now be put out to a vote for a voter-approved bond rather than allowing counties to issue debt for the restoration and maintenance of courthouses. Again, this has been signed by the governor, and this one is effective immediately. And as we go, please let me know if you have any questions. HB 1071 relates to allowing for the presence of, this is one of my favorites, by the way, allows for the presence of a qualified facility dog in certain court proceedings, and this has been signed by the governor, and it's effective September 1st. And one note that may not matter, but I think is funny, is that the House version actually allowed for any qualified therapy animal, and the Senate came back and said, no, you can't have a therapy iguana or cobra. It has to be a dog. There are stipulations for this. There has to be a certified dog handler. The dog has to have specific trainings and, all of their vaccines and everything. But this has been signed, and it's effective on September the 1st. One of interest to each of you is HB 1082, and all of the electeds in the room. This relates to the availability of personal information of an elected public officer. And what this bill does is it extends the protections that are offered to state officials to local officials. So it places more protections on addresses, phone numbers, personal information, and according to the bill text, the goal is to lessen harassment of local electeds. And one of your favorites, HB 1698, that's our RMA bill. This bill applies to Brazos County, and based on the analysis provided by the Department of Motor Vehicles, implementation of the optional fee could begin January 1st of 2022, assuming that the Commissioner's Court could pass a resolution, hold the required county election, and receive approval of a majority of voters, and then notify the state by September the 1st, and the fee would begin being charged in 2022. The maximum fee for Brazos County is $10, and the goal of this fee is to help in long-term transportation projects here in Brazos County. You all know that the county is growing very quickly given A&M and all the businesses that are moving in, and this will help build up our infrastructure to handle the increased traffic on our roads. Okay, a few more. HB 4293. This relates to the creation of a court reminder program for criminal defendants. So the Office of Court Administration of the Texas Judicial System will develop and make this available to counties. And this basically allows the county to send a text message to notify criminal defendants of their scheduled court appearances. This is also effective September 1st and has been signed by the governor. SB 3. This is one of those bills that are related to the winter storm we had back in February. And this is relating to preparing for, preventing, and responding to weather emergencies and power outages. This increases the amount of administrative and civil penalties. The goal of this is to promote collaboration among different stakeholders when it comes to providing energy, and it increases the liabilities of these companies when it comes to providing energy for the state. SB 58 relates to purchasing of cloud computing software services by a political subdivision. Essentially what this does is this amends the Public Property Finance Act to allow counties to finance intangible products, so cloud computing services. This has been signed by the governor, effective immediately. During COVID, we saw a rise of the need for a lot of the software programs, and this is in response to that. And it's not over yet. Wait, there's one more actually. I think I skipped one. Yes. SB 230. This allows each of you, all of the commissioners, to complete the requirement of 16 hours of continuing education annually online rather than in a traditional classroom setting. This has been signed by the governor, effective immediately. And the last one, SB 598. This relates to auditable voting systems, and this amends the election code. And what this does, let me put it in simple terms, this requires counties to have a voter traceable audit paper trail. So the voter has to be able to see, oh, I did vote on paper, I did vote for this person, I did vote for this person. There will be a substantial cost to Brazos County. According to some of the information we've received from the state, some of it will be reimbursable, but we don't have details on that quite yet. This has been signed by the governor, and it's effective.
When is it effective as of?
I believe it's 2024. I believe it's 2024. Let me get back to you on that.
So we have a couple of years to get it implemented.
Yes, ma'am, but I believe that we have to have it done by, is that correct, by next September or next election? By next election for it to be reimbursable.
For it to be reimbursable at 100%, it has to be done by November of next year, which is a pretty short timeline because we can't turn loose the machines to send them back to Hart to have them done. It would be a short window to get it done. We're working on that though. We're taking a look to see if it's possible to get done.
No, thank you, Judge.
And it's not over yet. Based on recent interviews with Governor Abbott, there will likely be a special session called soon to focus on policy priorities of the governor and lieutenant governor. So we talked about the governor's policy priorities. The lieutenant governor also has the authority to list out his policy priorities. He has 31 policy priorities. That's the standard. And I believe what we're going to see coming down the line in this special session, I can't put a date on it, but I would not be surprised if we saw something in the next few weeks calling a special session to put forth some of the voting and some of the voting laws such as SB 10, which would do away with curbside voting, and it would implement more identification requirements for mail-in voting. And also SB 10, which you all know is the lobbying bill. I think we're going to see that come back up again. And because this is a redistricting year and COVID has delayed the redistricting process, the legislature will be called back for special session this fall. And I'm thinking this will probably be in September or October. So look for 2 special sessions coming down the line. Any questions?
Thank you, Kim. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions for Kim? Okay. We'll now consider and take action on agenda items 4 through 19. Number 4 is approval to change and/or cancel the following regular meeting dates due to a lack of quorum. A is Tuesday, June 29th, 2020, changed to Friday, July 2nd. and B is Tuesday, July 13th is canceled.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 5, acceptance of donated and unclaimed property left by inmates leaving the Brazos County Jail.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. We are going to pull number 6 and go on to number 7. And that is approval of contract renewal with the Center for Success and Independence for Juvenile Residential Services.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8 is approval of contract 21-132, project management software with Procore.
Motion, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're doing good. I'll let you on a roll.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9 is approval of contract renewal 22-008R janitorial services with First Commercial Janitorial.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of renewal of bid contract 22-009R carpet cleaning with Assure Carpet Cleaning Services.
I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 11, approval of contract renewal 22-1011R for solid waste hauling, recycling, and citizen collection site trash pickup with Texas Commercial Waste.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is accepted. Number 12, acceptance of a special warranty deed from Charles Matthew Payne, Cody J. Payne, and Phyllis Payne Hodges for .771 acre of land to be used for improvements to Dillashaw Tap Road located in Precinct 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 13, acceptance of special warranty deed from Estate of Silver May Kelly Williams for .10 acre of land to be used for improvements to Farrell Creek Road located in Precinct 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 14, acceptance of special warranty deed from the Forsyth Family Trust for 2.16 acres of land to be used for improvements to Carter Lane located in Precinct 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 15 is approval of the final plat of lots 5R through 3R and 5R-4 Block 1 of the Ramby subdivision, being a replat of Lot 5R-3, Block 1, recorded in volume 12,712, page 185, 5.774 acres, Moses A. Foster Survey.
Motion to approve.
And it's also A16 Brazos County, Texas, sites located in Precinct 2.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Number 16, tax refund application for the following.
Move to approve A through C.
We have a motion and, we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Motion is approved. Number 17 is budget amendments. FY 2021, 37.1 through 37.13.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 18 is personnel change of status.
Move to approve A and B.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 19 is payment of claims. Claims number 8108212 through claim number 8108346, and claims 9002154 through claim number 9002223.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Juvenile Director's Report on Detention.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This morning, we have 25 youth in our facility. We have 3 females and 22 males. We have 18 youth on GPS monitor, and we have 10 units available.
Thank you. Sheriff's Report on Inmate Population.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Our population high in the last 24 hours was 603. That's 528 males, 75 females. We have 51 on electronic monitor with 4 pending.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks.
All right. Number 22 is announcement, interest of interest, or possible future agenda topics. Seeing none, we'll call.
Commissioner, I think I will probably, on next week's agenda, place an item to share with folks. I mean, when I contracted the COVID, and there were a lot of questions about it and whether I was had the shot or not, which I didn't. And so I'd like to share with folks my experience with COVID, or my experiences with COVID. And so I'll probably put an agenda item so I can discuss that next week on the agenda.
Thank you, Judge. We'd look forward to that. Is there any other announcements or future agenda topics? Okay. Going on to 23 is call for citizens' input or concerns. Seeing none, we will adjourn. Thank you all for your attendance.